Alright, so let's go back this way. I don't think there's anywhere else we can get off of this passageway. Yeah, it's very curvy, but it's just a straight shot. Goes back to here. And this goes back to the bridge. Yeah. Again, rocket mode, very conspicuous by its absence. And I don't think there's anything else we could do here. Because, yeah, this is just all the levers with the squares that we flipped. Oh, there's rocket mode, sure. Actually, there's a passageway over there. Possibly. Can I even get to it? Yes, I can. Okay. So where does this lead? Ah, this leads here. Okay. It's got a little village on the water here. I'm going to guess all these doors are going to be locked. Never mind. Okay. Got a lot of things on your thing here. Okay, cabins. Alright, so we came from here. This is the central one. We're in this one right now. This is the Jack Tower. Ruins, that's where the levers with the square patterns were. And Lookout. Did I see a way to the Lookout? I can't remember. Okay. I'll look at these two in a minute. I'll look at this. Never, apparently. Okay. Ruler. Colored pencils. Musical notes. Note sheet. None of which I can take. Try the second drawer. A note. Dear Sirius, the white page is in... Or, sorry. Hi, Aaron. Email from Kivas. I'm writing to you in the hope... Or, wait, this is an Australian game, isn't it? I'm writing to you in the hope that we can resolve the problems we've had... I'm not going to do that. Resolve the problems we've had in the past and come up with some working solutions regarding Alida. I've also written to the others and waiting on replies. And am waiting, I think that should be. I never apologized for the covert deals I had in place with our money. I know now that it was wrong. I feel that enough time has passed, the connections to past dealings would be difficult to trace. The assets we locked away in the main vault should be distributed among us. I suggest we meet on Alida and discuss the situation. Perhaps we can also talk about resurrecting the island and operating it as you and the others intended. Kivas. Was Kivas another one of the band members? I can't remember. I think he was. Okay. So this is the neck of the giant guitar. With some kind of mechanism in it, maybe? I don't know. Uh-huh. That's the thing with the triangular symbols. Gives us a clearer view of it, if nothing else. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Okay. I'm going to have to go back and look at the actual mechanism. Because either I drew it wrong, or this symbol is different. I got this as a circle with a line through it. But again, this is much closer up. It's possible I could have misread it. So I will double check with the mechanism. All the other symbols I've got perfectly. Maybe I better double check that. Vertical line, yes. Horizontal, yes. Upside down V, yes. Line on the left, circle, line on the right, and then a dot over here. So yeah, this is the only one. I probably messed it up. Okay, a giant switch. A couple of those. And it looks like that's all there is in this drawer. So let's check out the bottom one. More pictures and another note. Alida's Bold Plan by David Cumminstone, entertainment writer. You would have to search far and wide to find a single soul in this world that has not heard the word Alida. Over 1 billion sales from their debut CD has broken all records, making the 4 band members of Alida collectively the richest men in the world. But this milestone is about to be trumped by an ambitious plan to build a theme park with the same name, Alida. My sources have said that Alida is to be constructed at a secret location and will be nothing less than spectacular. The building materials will be shipped from Australia, where selected construction companies have been acquired by Alida. A major excavation of rock not seen since the pyramids will commence within days. A quick rise to success can be followed by a dramatic decline for any artist if history is to be any guide. A major commitment to an adolescent idea like Alida would seem to be a great waste of resources. I don't know what the exact location is, but I do know it's off the mainland of the theme park. Okay. That, if this is part of Alida, we haven't seen this yet. All the vault doors respond to the same codes. Okay. Good to know. And, okay. I forget which one of these, but yeah, I think we have seen one of these vault doors in one of these buildings before. So I was right, that was a vault. And they respond to the same codes. So that's good to know. Now we just got to figure out what the code is. So, what are you? Got a bird on its perch. That goes a quarter turn. That does that. And the bird is facing the other way. Turn it again. Okay, so these are different birds, I guess. Bird silhouettes. That looks like maybe a pigeon or something. I don't know. Or maybe that is. I don't know. I ain't a bird fancier. Okay. So many bird symbols have we got? That's the 4th one. This is the 5th one. Like a raven, possibly. And 6. I don't think there's room for much more in this thing. Yeah, there we go. Back to the first one. Okay, and now we got this. Oh, hello. All right. Okay, so that just rewinds to the beginning. Oh, are there more messages? Okay, I did not mean to stop it.
This is how Alida began. The idea was simple. Build an attraction that would absorb people from around the world. When we spoke to our manager Kivas about the plan, he didn't think we were serious. He was against it from the very beginning, but that's understandable knowing my brother. He's unadventurous. After some days of thought, the idea didn't go away. We were getting excited and began to look at the feasibility of constructing Alida. We had engineers, builders drawing up plans. We chose to build Alida on a small island off the coast of Australia, where the rocky outcrops provided a sturdy foundation. After some months, all plans had been finalised, and we were ready to go.
Okay, so Kivas is not a band member, he's the manager. And also this guy, who I'm assuming is Aaron's brother. Alright, so fast forward.
As work progressed on the site, we had many difficulties. The rock cliffs were cut down by large machinery and explosives that had to be shipped from the mainland. We decided to allocate 4 separate areas of Alida for each of us to create innovative ideas on internal working design. I took on the switch. It had to toggle back and forth like the real thing. Juno was allocated the rotating potentiometers. Luke the peghead and Laval the pickup.
I'm assuming that's ambient noise I'm hearing and the apartment I'm in is not trying to fall apart. Anyway. Not hearing it anymore, so maybe. Anyway, I need to... Also, he just confirmed that is Aaron. I apologize for bumping my mic. I need to re-listen to that. Okay. So Aaron had to deal with the switch, Juno, the rotating potential meters, Luke, the peghead, and LeVar. I think he said LeVar dealt with the pickup. It was kind of hard to tell with his accent and no subtitles. I'm assuming there's no subtitles. Say sounds, yeah, setup, yeah, there was no subtitles option, so sorry about that.
Alida is a fully functional guitar, even though it is 324 meters long. With 6 252-meter strings from a giant tailpiece feeding over the mass of the guitar to 6 pins atop the peghead, which is 76 meters above the ground. The machine head pins, powered by huge servos, actually turn and tune the strings. The strings will be plucked by a giant plectrum controlled from inside the pickup. The sound will be awesome, if not terrifying. This was an enormous engineering task.
Okay, well, we found the plectrum. I'm hoping I'm not skipping over any messages, because it seems like there's a delay.
Alida is a fully functional guitar.
Okay, so yeah, we've seen that one.
Alida was taking up all our time. Our popularity was waning, and Kivas kept pushing for a second CD to follow our initial success. He insisted that we should be creating music, not freak attractions. We decided to build 4 cabins in the South Bay. The water in the bay is shallow and calm, and this is where we thought our juices would flow. The plectrum is finally working.
Should I have noted down those notes? Because again, I'm terrible with noting notes. So let's see, if we skip this... Oh, hello. Different clothes. Okay. His remote's not working, even though it was working. So I click fast forward, but it's still doing this thing. I can't tell if this is the same message or not. I think it is. I think we've reached the end. Yeah. Okay. So, that's that. So presumably by the, oh, hello, I didn't even see this. Presumably by that message, this is Aaron's cabin we're in. Uh-huh. Okay, so I click on one of these, it lights up, it starts spinning. I only have one spinning at a time. Clicking on it again does nothing. Oh, hello. Also, there's the star. That's one of the symbols we found. Okay. Not entirely sure what the significance of this machine is at the moment. So we'll leave it for now. Check out the other cabins, I guess. See whose cabin we have here. Nobody's cabin, but nothing but one of these things in it. And a similar sort of device, but with 5 planets. Yeah, same deal. They all light up, only one rotates at a time. All right, next cabin. Can I actually look in the window? No, I can't. Alright, so yeah, there's another one of those things. And hey, this guy actually has some things. Got a planetarium or mobile or something. One, two, three, 4 planets. One with 1 moon. Actually, looks like 2 with 1 moon. And this with 2 moons. Let me look at that again. Yeah, one has 1 moon, another has 2 moons. Okay. And then just a couple of smaller planets. Alright, so look at his desk in a minute. Let's check out this planetarium. Again, 5 planets. And it looked like they were in the same position as the previous cabin, but they're different planets, I think. And he's got a thing similar to what Aaron had, but these are bugs instead of birds. Okay. Looks like a moth. Cricket or a grasshopper. Bee, possibly? Oh, that ain't a bug at all. That's a frog. It's a frog silhouette. We're back to playing Riven. Oh, it's another frog. Okay, maybe one of them was a toad. I don't know. And then back to this. Yeah, it wouldn't be a mist like if there weren't a journal somewhere. I was fascinated by the first settlers on this island. They carried supplies from the mainland and built the houses they lived in. The main village was atop the plateau, but unfortunately it had to be removed when construction of Alida began. Were they outcast from the mainland society? The reason why I suspect this is that they went to great measures to ensure they were not surprised by invaders by land or sea. They positioned the small village where it could not be easily seen from the sea, surrounded by the rock outcrops. They also constructed small fortifications in the bay where they must have kept a vigilant watch and were in prime position to surprise any vessels. The aspect that I find most fascinating is the clever way they sealed access to the settlement from the walkway. Each settler had a piece of the combination required to open the passage. Yeah, so I basically sort of accidentally stumbled my way into that solution. Oh, hello, blue ink. Get to that in a second. Today was a day of discovery. The excavators were preparing the seafloor when they came across something metallic that they could not penetrate around 10 feet below the shallow seabed. They exposed more of the surface area and tried various methods to cut through. Eventually, we were able to penetrate the surface and peer inside it. It was a large sphere, comprising two smaller spheroids within. We called it the biosphere, an ancient machine which had laid there for eons. We had to set up all sorts of scaffolds to access the central area where we found what seemed to be the control area. There are devices here that I can't wait to analyze. Now the blue ink. We wanted to show the tourists how large a hand would have to be to play the Alida guitar. A hand and plectrum were built to scale, but the hand was so enormous that we could only manage to fit the fingers into the south hull. So I was right, those were fingers. And back to black ink. So is there something in particular about the fingers we need to make note of, or did he just not have a black pen that day? There's no way to get inside the biosphere device, so I'll never figure out the levitation mechanics. Okay, so we've seen the sphere. It was that thing that I thought was balancing on the rock, but according to that, it's actually levitating. Interesting. Interfacing to the tiny biosphere device was simple, as the active points are clearly marked on the surface, but as to what lies beneath the metallic skin is a mystery. It has been integrated into the modified T-Runner, which I've renamed T-Flyer, and now the T-Flyer can be pre-programmed to move to any point in 3D space. My guess is that it works at the quantum level, interacting with tiny subatomic particles. Perhaps gravity is generated by particles thousands of times smaller than electrons, interacting between matter over great distances. The same principle must be true for what I call the quantum gate. The correct combination of active points opens a bispheroid void of matter. The first spheroid is the departure location, the second spheroid is the destination. These spheroids can be pre-programmed to open and close anywhere. Now we're in the realm of sci-fi. I was interfacing two biosphere devices when the flash occurred. At the moment of the flash, I noticed that the objects in the room had moved. I decided to mount the experiment within the roof and activate it from a distance, as I had no idea what it would do. As I activated the experiment, the flash occurred accompanied by cacophonous static noise. Am I still recording everything? Yes, I am. To my alarm, all the objects in the room leapt off the floor and began to orbit the flashpoint. Although it was chaotic, it was stable in its influence. Needless apostrophe there. Any objects within the vicinity were caught in an orbiting dance around the flashpoint. After studying the phenomenon for a while, I moved in for a closer look. I got too close and found myself being picked up by an invisible force, and I too joined the orbit of objects floating around the room. There was nothing that I could do. I was now certain that this flashpoint was some sort of subatomic space-time hole, and I was caught up in its gravity well. I was not in a panic, but after an hour or so of trying to escape, the only course of action left was for me to shout continuously to attract attention. Finally, I heard Luke at the door, which I had unwittingly locked earlier. He rounded up the others and came through the door with a crash. They were amused at the sight of me rolling around the room, and with the help of a long pole, were able to set me free. I have since not been able to shut down the experiment. However, within the flashpoint, an incredible threshold awaits, as I believe it to be a hole to somewhere else. So somewhere on this island, there's going to be a room with shit floating around. Hello. The vault doors have been fitted with sensitive microphones. That's it, I guess. Okay, so maybe it's not a combination so much, as the microphones are all... That would make sense. I was going to say, maybe the microphones are all tuned to listen out for the giant guitar strings that we plucked earlier. And there was a note somewhere else that said the vault doors respond to the same codes. And the first time we plucked the strings, we saw that video of, I'm guessing, Aaron. I guess it looked like he was trying the door, but it didn't open. And these buttons, I guess the bottom one opens it, lights up the green light, and the top one locks it again. Okay. So I need to figure out how to play the right code, and then all the vaults will open, maybe? Alright, should be one more cabin. Okay. And he's just got this thing. So this is similar to the device we found earlier, where, you know, you had the dots and you could rotate it and the thing. Ah, okay. 1 dot in the center. Oh, well, 1 dot in the center. Presumably 1 dot in the center. Okay, yeah. All right, so if I bring that back up, can I rotate this? Yeah. Oh, okay, so that's 3 now. Rotate it again. It's 2. Again, it's nothing. Okay. I did not say I was done with you, but okay, sure. Okay, so that's 5. That's 2. I can't rotate it anymore. I can't do anything anymore. Oh, there we are. Okay, that's 4. And back to 1, and it's done. All right, so if I rotate this the other way, will it be the same results? Yeah, that's nothing. That'll be 2. That'll be 3. And then 1. So is it the same with the others? So this is 1. So will this be 3? No, that's nothing. Okay, and that's 5. And then 4. So similar to when we rotated this one up and down. So if we press this and we rotate it up and down vertically, that's 3. That's 5. Okay, that's different entirely. There's 2. And back to 1. Okay, so this one, 3, 4, 2, 1, all right. And then vertically we have 5, 4, and nothing. Okay. Actually, here's something I didn't try. What if I rotate this once horizontally? Let's see. Okay. Putting it on the dot just resets. Okay, so if I rotate it up once, that's 5. All right. So what happens if I rotate it horizontally once, and then vertically? Okay, it's still 5. All right. So what I'm thinking is the device we saw earlier where you had 3 of these rotating bits. There might be a combination to it that involves 3 numbers, and we have to rotate each of those spheres to match those numbers. The only thing I'm worried about is it seems like there were a couple of positions on at least one of these that were both 3. But let me note down each of the spheres and what numbers they have both horizontally and vertically. Okay, everything noted down. And just for shits and giggles, take a look at this one. Just the 4 planets. All right. So 2 of the cabins have 5 planets in their planetarium thingies, whatever they are. 2 of them have 4. So that's all the cabins explored. So can we get in here? Doesn't look like we can. Can't look up or down. Oh, I can look up here. Just provides a nice view, if nothing else. All right. So that's all we can do here for now. Oh yeah, this leads back here. All right. What to do now? Okay. Yeah, I guess let's go back to, this side of the island. See if there's anything we, haven't explored yet.